Hi, I'm Grant Ramos. Welcome to Lyft Off. It hasn't been a while. I haven't posted in like a week just because I had essentially the plague. It was awful. Don't worry, I'm fine now. With me is Christopher, who seems like a very nice young man. I was telling him about the podcast, and he seemed enthusiastic enough to oblige me. In a little bit longer of a ride than I'm used to. Chris, how long have you been how long have you been lifting?
I've been lifting for about a month and a half.
Oh, so you're relatively new.
Very new.
Have you gotten any just like terrible people yet?
Yes, I've had...
You've already gotten it?
Yes.
Okay. What?
I've had an experience about 3 weeks ago.
What you got?
I picked up a guy from in the K-Town area, and his destination was Hollywood. And
okay.
As I pulled up to the house, I could already tell it was going to be an issue. The guy was kind of stumbling his way to the vehicle.
One of those.
He had a beer in his hand, a Bud Light
to
be exact.
Oh, no, really? Did he want to bring it in?
Yeah, he brung it in. He didn't even care. He didn't care about what I said about beer or not. He just brung the beer in. He was drinking the beer as well. And,
that's scary to me.
Yeah.
That's like a liability in a sense.
And to make it worse, he's already...
I'm going to cut you off. I think we were supposed to turn that way.
Oh, shoot.
No problem.
Okay. The guy was very aggressive as far as where he wanted me to take him.
Did he put in an address? Or
no, he didn't put in an address.
He was like, I'll tell you where we're
like,
going.
let's fucking go there, and I want to fucking go there now, and don't bullshit me.
Oh, shit.
So I'm like, fuck, dude.
It's not like you're a taxi driver.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you charge my rates an extra 15 cents. You delightful man who's giving me a ride a place because I'm too drunk.
And so he kept insisting on, like, telling me where to go, but at the same time, he wanted me to already know where to go. So he was pretty upset that I didn't know the route, but he was guiding me.
Very much like, why didn't you turn left there?
Right.
You didn't tell me.
Exactly. And he thought I was taking the long route, which he was still guiding me, which confused me. And I was telling him, I'm not trying to take the long route. I'm just trying to get you to your destination. It's only like 3 miles.
Which is weird because, like I bring up the taxi thing, taxi drivers will try to take you the longer route to get a bigger fare or what have you, but Lyft, it's maybe at best like an extra buck.
Right, everything is based on distance more so than time.
Yeah, so that's so creepy that he would actually do that.
And so he was sitting on the back, in the back seat on the passenger side, and he just completely flipped out. What
do you mean, like?
Like, he was shouting, he was cursing, he was spitting.
He was spitting in your car?
He was spitting, like, I could feel his spit coming on me.
Not like, like he was drunk so he was slobbering, not like,
No, not like loogies or anything, but he was...
I spit on your car.
So, yeah, he was just really over the top, and he started to threaten me. Physically, like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
You guys can't see this, but Chris is a pretty big dude. I wouldn't fuck with him. I'll say that right now. Like, I'm a little hefty myself, so I think I could just sit on people if I need to get into a fight. I wouldn't fuck with this dude.
And so, he was threatening me, I'm gonna fuck you up, and then he said, I'm gonna cancel the ride, this is gonna be a free ride, I'm gonna report you, you're a bad driver, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm telling him, dude, just relax, I'm not trying to in any way cheat you out your money.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get you to where you need to get to as fast as possible. So he got even more aggressive to the point where I had to, like, pull over.
Did you kick him out?
I pulled over, I threw my hazards on, down Rossmore, to be exact, and I opened up the door, his side of the door, and I said, dude, you need to get the fuck out the car. You're threatening me. I don't feel safe.
And there's reasonable, like, a lot of people can be rude and you can put up with it, but when you start threatening somebody, there's really no call for that, and I find you totally justified kicking him out of your car.
Right. And so I guess he didn't realize how big I was until I stood up. So he starts apologizing. He's like, I'm so sorry.
I would like to see that face. Just go on, I'll fuck you. Oh, no. Did he hop in the back?
Oh, he just stayed back there, and he started apologizing. And then he actually invited me to have some drinks with him.
All right, well,
So he had a change of heart.
Okay.
He's like, I'm so sorry.
He got the adrenaline out of the system.
He's like, I apologize. He assumed I played football. I don't play football.
Okay, fair enough.
And
he's a large black guy. He must be one of those athletes.
Right, exactly. And so he apologized. He invited me for drinks with his buddies, which I didn't want to. I was like, yeah.
At that point.
At that point, no. And he wanted me to take down his number. He had a change of heart, you know. I guess he's one of those drunks.
So that just goes to show you, kids, if you're physically intimidating enough, people will like you.
Right, exactly.
No, but you're very well spoken. You seem genuinely polite in this sense. Tell me a little, like, where are you from?
I am from Los Angeles, California.
Oh, you're a native.
I am a native.
They're rare. They're hard to find.
Yes.
They're like unicorns.
Yeah, I've been here 22 years since I was born.
Oh, right on, man.
Yep.
Now I just feel old. You're like 3 years younger than I am, and you look 10 times better than I do. You grew up around, did you, I assume, school and everything around here?
Yeah, well, I grew up in the Mid-City area, which is about a mile. I live a mile and a half from USC.
Oh, right on.
I went to school, Susan Miller Dorsey High. I went to school for music.
You're a musician?
Yes, musician.
What do you play? Do you sing?
Oh, my primary instrument is guitar.
Look at you.
I do play bass and piano.
I'll never take you out to be my wingman, because people are just like, well, he's in good shape and plays guitar. Goodbye, Grant. So let me ask you this though, because the road's winding down a little bit. And I'm actually very, very enthusiastic about when I find an LA native. What is something that you and your buddies still talk about, which you did? Because I was always, before I moved out here, under the impression that Hollywood must be the craziest shit happening. And whenever I ask this to natives, they're just like, it's just like everywhere else.
Yeah, you know what? We don't find the hype because we've been here, but everyone's crazy about Hollywood.
I could see that.
Personally, I think Hollywood's pretty dirty and just full of crazy.
It is very grimy.
If you find your throw out there, hey, kudos to you.
I would imagine a lot of people maybe that you hadn't met from Los Angeles would have friends or somebody come over and be like, we're going to do it big in Hollywood. And you'd be like, I know a great burger place.
Yeah, totally. Well, I do have a quite interesting story.
Please.
It's we still talk about this to this day. A couple of my friends one day, for some odd reason, they're like, dude, let's go check out a gay club.
Okay.
There's a lot of chicks in there.
I've been there, yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. And we were fooled by these three beautiful women that were actually men.
There was a hole in the bathroom stall that said free lotion, and they're like, just trust me.
They look completely, exactly like a woman.
I gotta ask, how far did it get? If you're comfortable saying it.
I didn't personally do anything, but my friend started, getting a little touchy-feely.
There was some heavy petting.
And he petted on something that wasn't great. That's like
the plot of a 90s movie. That's where Seth Green or Jim Carrey just be like, whoa!
He found out what it really was. And it was that story we still talk to this day.
Let me ask you this, because I had a buddy essentially say the same thing to me, and his, what really got me to go, he goes, you're like a bear, so you'd probably get a lot of free drinks. I'm like, I'm in!
My God.
Was that the case where people just like, hey, let me buy you a drink?
It was exactly that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's not. I will never hate on gay clubs. They're fantastic just because you get free drinks.
True.
And we all like to feel pretty sometimes, don't we, Christopher?
Exactly.
So I assume that you didn't.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
We exited the building.
And I love using air quotes on an audio podcast, but the ladies didn't come home with you?
Oh, no. God, no.
So let me ask you this, because you are in a unique situation. You're a young guy, but you're native to Hollywood. So you can't, as you said, you can see through the facade, if you will. Say, if you were to give yourself, a younger self, and I hate saying that considering I know you're 22, if you can give your younger self just one piece of advice, or go back and change something, what would you do?
Be more ambitious about things I told myself I would do.
That's a really good thing. And, actually, and I don't like being long-winded on my podcast. I want to get to know you guys. But one of the reasons I started this was for a good year. I was just like, well, this seems like a good idea, but nobody wants to listen to that. So, yeah, I would feel the same way, and I should have taken your advice before I met you, years in advance. All right, Christopher, thank you very much for being on the podcast. I've been your host, Grant Ramos, and I've been your Lyft driver, Christopher.
And I've been your Lyft driver, Christopher.
All right, guys, keep on lifting.